in my view, is early voting is about to start, and I don't know how many Americans are truly familiar with her positions of decriminalizing illegal immigration and free housing, health care, education. Tim Walz wants free college education, legal driver's licenses.
I was so honored today.
And she wants a path to citizenship.
His brother endorsed me.
I saw it.
And his whole family. I saw the picture. And honestly, it was a very nice looking family. But his brother endorsed me, and the whole family endorsed me. I said, who are all the people?
Let me play Kamala.
There's something weird with that guy. He's a weird guy. JD is not weird. He's a solid rock. I happen to be a very solid rock. We're not weird. We're other things, perhaps, but we're not weird.
That's President Trump taking a much-deserved victory lap, basking in the multiple endorsements of Tim Walz's entire family. And guess what? They're not alone. Another high-powered Democrat just flipped and is endorsing Trump. All this as Kamala's campaign is in an absolute tailspin. We're going to see the latest data coming in that shows that this election is indeed, shall we say, slipping through the Democrats' fingers by the hour. And with the debate around the corner, it promises only to get worse. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you stay sane in these insane times. So let me encourage you to smack that bell and subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss a single episode where we analyze the latest polls and trends as we march towards November. Plus, we get a front row seat of the amazing things that are happening all over the world for conservatives. So again, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, before we dive in here, I want all of you who are so tirelessly working to save our country to click on that link below and begin taking care of yourself and your own health. And health starts actually with our livers. I mean, think about it. Our poor livers, we literally throw everything that we ingest at our livers. And that's why so many of us suffer from a fatty liver that makes us gain weight and lose energy. But thanks to today's sponsor, there is a very real solution to that. Liver Health Formula is an all-natural supplement. It contains 12 clinically proven botanicals. It helps recharge and protect your liver. It's manufactured right here in the good old USA, and it's approved by independent American doctors. And if you click on that link below right now, you can actually try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of blood sugar formula when you order today. So don't let a fatty liver keep you sluggish and inactive. Gang, as many of you know, I myself lost over 60 pounds, and I could say it was one of the best decisions I ever made. So now it is your turn. Click on that link below or go to getliverhelp.com/Turley and claim your free bonus gift. That's getliverhelp.com/Turley. President Trump had his town hall in a key swing state of Pennsylvania last night. The town hall was, of course, hosted by Fox News in lieu of the debate that was supposed to happen, but of course Kamala chickened out. No bother. It was a massively successful night. The crowd was so huge and so loud, and they're cheering that actually Hannity at times had a hard time even being heard in asking his questions. Now, as of today, those cheers just got a bit louder with a brand new endorsement. A former California Senate Majority Leader, one of the top Democrats in California, has indeed defected. Former Senate Leader Gloria Romero has announced that she is leaving the Democrat Party. She's registering Republican, and she's giving her full endorsement of President Trump.
In this Capitol behind me, I served as both Senate Democratic Caucus Chair and the Senate Majority Leader. But today I say goodbye. Adios. I've had enough. I am now another near lifelong Democrat who is joining the growing number of people, including key groups like Latinos, who are leaving the Democratic Party. This is not the Democratic Party that I once championed. I do not recognize it anymore, and I cannot continue. I changed my voting registration today as the sun was rising to Republican, which has, under Donald Trump, become the champion of working people, the big tent. And indeed, I will vote for Donald Trump this fall. While there are several issues that I could highlight for this action, let me just list some that are most prominent.
And so there you have it. The political realignment continues. We got Robert Kennedy. We got Tulsi Gabbard. We got Elon Musk. The list keeps going on and going on. We're indeed seeing the emergence of two distinct political parties, a party of the elites, of the establishment, of the permanent political class, and a party of the people, the ordinary American, the heartland, ready to take back our nation. Now, what's happening here in all of these defections is actually just part and parcel of this massive surge in momentum towards Trump of late that Rasmussen's daily tracking polls have been picking up. Trump has opened up a 6-point lead nationally in their daily tracking. And it's no coincidence that the betting odds on Polymarket are swinging more and more towards Trump. And now the election forecasters are starting to move in Trump's direction. I would take a look at the Democrats' favorite election forecaster, Nate Silver. Gang, we've been featuring him every day, and the odds just keep going up for Trump. Look at where he has Trump right now. He's got Trump with nearly a 60% chance of winning back the White House, and that number grows by the day. A week ago, it was barely 50%. They were more or less dead even. Now Trump has opened up a 16-point lead in just days in terms of his odds of winning the presidency. And you may be asking why. Again, Nate Silver is the darling of the left. Why is the darling of the left, who's just as privy to all these puff polls that the New York Times and CNN has been peddling, why is he giving Trump a near 60% chance of winning the White House? Well, the answer is actually rather simple. In a word, Pennsylvania. It's not a coincidence that Trump did his town hall from the Keystone State. Pennsylvania is absolutely key to winning this election. Key, that is, for Kamala. You see, Trump is shutting her out of 270. If Kamala doesn't win Pennsylvania, there really is no viable path for her to win the presidency. That's why she's running ads 24/7 in the Keystone State. I know. I live in the greater Philly area. I see them ad nauseum every night. But as we're seeing with the Nate Silver forecast model, it's not working. Here's the political analyst Mark Halperin on what his sources are telling him about Kamala's chances in Pennsylvania.
So, Pennsylvania, key to the whole race right now in terms of the Electoral College. I've been asking people two questions in the state, national strategists and campaigns. Two questions. One is, who's currently ahead in Pennsylvania? And where does Pennsylvania rank in terms of 1 through 7 of the states Harris is most likely to win? 1, it would be Wisconsin or Michigan. Then the question is, where's Pennsylvania? Some people have it as high as 3rd. Some people have it as low as 6th. One of my sources gave me a list and put it at 6th. And that led to the highlight of my day, which is, I hope we have that picture. There's very few places of honor in American political coverage, political journalism that they're difficult to obtain, but not everyone can get this as part of their day. There I am, ladies and gentlemen, on Karl Rove's whiteboard. That is prime real estate in American politica. And so Karl took this list that my source gave me and thought it was my list. I feel bad because I could see why he thought that. But as you can see here, this source of mine, who I trust very much, very smart person, puts Pennsylvania 6th, the 6th most likely state for Harris to win. If that's true and Harris loses Pennsylvania, she's almost certainly not going to win. There are mathematical ways for her to win. Some of them go beyond mathematics, but very tough for her to win if she doesn't win Pennsylvania. I talked to 2 people today, Democrats who know the state very well, and they both said that they thought Harris not only was behind in Pennsylvania today, but they thought she was likely to lose the state. They didn't rule out that she could win it, but they thought it was unlikely. And if you believe that, what these people believe, and if you believe that what my source does, that her chances of winning Pennsylvania are quite low, you can't make her the favorite. And you almost can't even say this race is a toss-up.
Now, make no mistake, that's about as dire as it gets. I want everyone to make sure you understand what Mark Halperin just said there. And I know we can't be complacent, right? We can't let up. I know that. But I do think we have to understand that no other political pundit is talking this way about Trump the way Mark Halperin just talked about Kamala. If Kamala does not win Pennsylvania, she does not win this election. There is no viable path to 270 with Pennsylvania off the table for her. And according to her own people, according to Democrat insiders, at this point, it does not look like she has any chance of winning Pennsylvania, which is just another way of saying she has no chance of winning this election. Now, that's why we're going to have our second video today. Now, do you see why we have Russiagate 2.0 coming back? Now, again, obviously, things can change. We do not want to get compliant here. They could pull a rabbit out of the hat. There could be some October surprise. I mean, but what we have to understand is that if Pennsylvania is going Trump, and all indicators are that it is, I see Trump signs, by the way, everywhere when I drive through Pennsylvania. If Pennsylvania is going Trump, there is no way Wisconsin is going Kamala. And that's because Wisconsin tends to vote to the right of Pennsylvania. They did it in 2016. They did it in 2020. If Pennsylvania goes to Trump, so does Wisconsin. If Pennsylvania goes to Trump, so does Arizona and Georgia. Because both Arizona and Georgia have significantly more Republicans than Pennsylvania. They vote to the right of Pennsylvania every time. Pennsylvania right now is the bellwether of this election, and Kamala is literally imploding in all the key swing counties in Pennsylvania that are all inordinately working class, blue collar. They were at least sympathetic to old Scranton Joe. They actually, many of these swing counties in Pennsylvania went with Joe back in 2020 because at least he had some connection with those voters in Pennsylvania. You know, billing himself as Scranton Joe, right? But California, Kamala? Commie Kamala? She's a polling disaster in these Pennsylvania working class counties that you need to win Pennsylvania. There was one political strategist who once remarked that Pennsylvania electorally is basically Philadelphia on one side, Pittsburgh on the other, and Alabama in between. Kamala is certainly shoring up Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, as did Joe Biden. But unlike Biden, she's completely lost Alabama. This is what Nate Silver is seeing. Make no mistake, this is what Nate Silver is seeing. He's not paying attention to these puff polls, these national puff polls from the New York Times and CNN that they're pushing. He's looking at reality. And reality is right now, as we speak, Kamala looks like she is crashing and burning in Pennsylvania. And if she is crashing and burning in Pennsylvania, the election is effectively over. So again, obviously, this is no time for complacency. The Democrats seem to be endless in their capacity to artificially skew things in their favor. But as things stand right now, the political world is effectively recalibrating itself around Trump and the new MAGA movement. All the while, Kamala's chances of winning the White House slip through her fingers more and more every day.